All right, sorry about that. I'm running out of storage space on my phone here. I'm trying to make these quick. I don't have a whole lot of recording equipment because I'm not like a major YouTuber or anything. I didn't really take it seriously. Anyway, I already forgot what I was talking about, but let me get back to what I was saying with this technology. Right now, I see these people claiming that these scientists working on anti gravity or any type of material science or space exploration, like the observatory guy. For what I can tell, Amy Eskridge, for example, right? I looked into Amy Eskridge. It's actually crazy how I never ran into her in my field of study while I was in college, because right around the time she was making videos and publishing and made that institute, I was talking to Dr. Lake Mirabeau and Ethan Krause and Jeff Long and Jeff Greason and plenty of other people that work on what could be considered anti-gravity, which aren't anti-gravity, right? Like that's not even a term that we would use. But nuclear propulsion and ion wind propulsion and laser propulsion, that's Dr. Lake Mirabeau. I was able to get a hold of him, which was pretty awesome. He's a professor at Polytechnic University. Um, but Amy Eskridge seemed to be leaning into the ufology community for a lot of her knowledge, and that's why she got completely derailed into aliens and ultra terrestrials, all this shit. Excuse my language, but it's crap. Dr. Hal Puthoff was a part of the Stargate team at CIA who were doing mind control research for remote viewing. That's what Project Stargate is. It's declassified. You can go look at it at the CIA Crest website. Dr. Hal Puthoff doesn't really even understand propulsion systems. And I heard him and Eric Weinstein talking a few years back, and I realized they don't know anything about propulsion at all, really. And he started talking about scalar, and I'm like, well, he probably got that from Lieutenant Colonel Bearden, and he doesn't understand scalar interferometry either. Scalar interferometry was just quantum entanglement, but using the scalar field, which has non-transverse waves, non-Gaussian waves, which aren't waves at all. It's a static field that is in a quantum state. So, and he claimed to have built the Tesla howitzer, which was never constructed. Not to say that like the HARP program didn't take some of those ideas using a phased array system to transmit energy at a distance. But generally, HARP was for high altitude auroral research to understand the plasmasphere and the ionosphere and how you can transmit energy at a distance, right? But getting back to the propulsion systems, I'm going to make a series of these videos. I've been trying to get people to see it, but I know it's not that interesting to look at my ugly mug and hear me talk about it, but I know nobody else on planet Earth is talking about it. Everyone's getting lost in all these little rabbit holes because the ufology community is the only one that talks about this stuff in any relevant way. And it's really entertaining, but it's not real. Like the aliens, the Pleiadians, the Greys, the reptilians, the Draco, that stuff's nonsense. They don't exist, bro. I'm sorry to say it, but they don't exist. And I know it makes for good entertainment and it's made them independently wealthy, but they don't exist, man. And I know where they get it from. They get it from the idea that if we can go out to space, then older civilizations can go out into space. And the Kardashev scale would say that older civilizations would already have the technology to go to another planet. And since we're not the oldest star system in the galaxy and even the universe, then there has to be other aliens visiting other planets. And we've already been visited, right? That's where they get it from. And then they go and talk about all this other crazy crap. They get it from the Upanishads and the Vedic traditions and writings. They get it from Christianity with demons and jinn from the Persian and Hindu and Zoroastrian religions. They get it from all sorts of stuff from the past, like the Sumerians, right? With like flying chariots and stuff. And maybe there's something to be said for that, right? But we have no evidence of any of that. What we do have evidence is all this technology that was built and basically forgotten. And all these scientists that should be household names not getting any recognition. Like, how many of you people know laser propulsion exists and that they use a little disc, a little conic paraboloid disc to fly around there at White Sands under Dr. Lake Mirabeau's program, right? And even before Dr. Lake Mirabeau worked on laser propulsion with all those other guys, they already had an existing program for laser propulsion. We got magnetohydrodynamic submarines, but even Professor Lythwaite was able to levitate a sphere on camera. So instead of a linear MHD accelerator, why don't you make a spherical one or a double lenticular one, a disc-shaped one? Containing the plasma is pretty easy. Look at Dr. Subrata Roy and his WEAV device. He's a director of engineering there at University of Florida. It's the wingless electromagnetic air vehicle. That porous dielectric barrier that he has is perfect for a flying disc. Look at Asteron X and their channel with all the MHD and EFE touring craft that they animated. It's perfect. You can build that. We can already build these things, right? And we've been able to since the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. And that's a fact. And nobody's listening, nobody's paying attention because they're not looking at it like an academic problem. They're not looking at it as a scientific problem. They're looking at it as trying to prove aliens and trying to prove conspiracy theories. Real ones, real conspiracy theories, not things that are a little bit true, but have a little bit of, theatrics built into them. Like, ufology is complete grift. Like, I hope you understand ufologists are grifters. I mean, that should be clear as day to you people. And they've been able to grift Congress. That's how high they've gotten up in their grift. So I just hope you people can use the scientific method to find what's real and what's not. And look, if they are killing scientists, why isn't there 2,800 other scientists dead? Because 2,800 other scientists have actually built nuclear propulsion. They've actually built magnetohydrodynamic propulsion. They've actually built ion wind and laser propulsion. They've built lighter than air vehicles. So why aren't they dead? Why am I not dead, right? Unless some criminal is going around and killing these people or kidnapping these people because they're live action role playing the Men in Black or something, or maybe there really is corporate espionage being done to these people and they did something behind the scenes. Hopefully the investigation will turn out. But as I've seen with even that representative there, Eric Burleson in Missouri, the guy is off in the weeds about demons and flying demons and UFOs. Like, are you kidding me? This guy's how did you guys elect a guy like that? An absolute moron. So I've already shared this stuff with Marco Rubio and President Biden and President Trump. I've already shared this stuff with half a dozen scientists. They were surprised when they saw it. They couldn't believe it. I've shared this stuff with pilots and it blew their minds because they all think it's fake because they're kind of morons. I mean, I'm a pilot myself, but pilots are effing stupid. The smartest idiots I've ever met are fighter pilots. No offense to CW Lemoyne and Gonki, right? I like Mover and Gonki. Those guys are cool. But yeah, I just hope you guys listen to me and look at my playlist, Tools for Project. I will make some animations. I don't know how. I will learn how to make some animations and then edit a video for you people to see all of it, right? All in one video. So that way, hopefully it can go viral and people can stop being stupid, okay? It's Friday. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Keep your head up. I know these are some dark times, but yeah, it's time to stop being fooled and it's time to move on with this stuff because we can't stay stuck in this this weird, this weird climate we're in right now. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll leave my email. It's nighthawk117 nighthawk@gmail.com. Please don't spam me. I'll give you my phone number if you're somebody who's serious about learning. Okay. I can be available for you people for that. But I've had a lot of weirdos, and I've been hacked. I've had a lot of weirdos come my way. I'm not even talking about neurotechnology or any of the other stuff that I've worked on. So, but that's in my playlist as well. So, anyway, hope you guys are doing great. Take it easy.